so this is your first Mobility Monday. So important to mobility, yeah, it is very important. Being mobile, it's basically, mobility is moving your joints through a full range of movement. So whereas flexibility is more for your muscles, mobility is more for your joints. Now, even if you are an experienced lifter or new to lifting weights, it's really important to work on your mobility. It helps to improve your posture, it helps to improve lifts, and decrease the risk of injury. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to work our way down our joints. So I want you to sit comfortably on the floor, however that looks for you. And we're going to start with our neck. So right ear to right shoulder, left arm stretching out. And if you want to apply a little bit of pressure, you can do so here. And that's just hopefully allowing a nice bit of stretch down here. And you want to relax into these nice long deep breaths. Okay, I'm going to release my hand, and then we're going to drop my left ear towards my left shoulder, reaching out far with that right hand and applying a little bit of pressure with my left hand and relaxing into it. People who work at desks or are sat down for a lot of the day, you'll be carrying a lot of tension up in your neck. And it's really nice just to release that. Okay, take your arm off. Drop your chin to your chest. Nice deep breath in. As you exhale, look up as far as you can, so you're looking right up to the ceiling. Nice long deep breath, chin to chest. Deep breath in, exhale, stretch. Back to center. We're going to come up onto our knees. You can either stay up here or you can sit down. I want you to imagine there's a really big tree, and all of a sudden you love trees. You want to give that tree a hug. So we're going to round off the back and give that tree a massive hug from the side. Ladies, that upper back should be really rounded, and you're aiming for your shoulder blades to separate here. Really nice big hug of the tree. And then you open up, look up to the sky, open that up. Deep breath in, chin to chest, hug that tree. Deep breath in, open the chest up. Okay, from here, when you're up onto your knees, sink your bum in between your feet and stretch your arms out nice and wide. Hopefully you're feeling a nice stretch down here. Sink your chest to the floor and breathe. Deep breath in for 1 and breathe out. 2 more breaths here. Breathe in. 2. Every exhale, see if you can sink a little deeper to the floor. Last deep breath in. 3. Exhale, relax. We're going to come up onto all fours here. We're going to drop our belly to the floor, head up. Deep breath in, chin to chest, round that back. Really sending the back up to the sky, tucking our tailbone. And then sticking the bum out, belly to floor, look up to the ceiling. Deep breath in, reverse that, tuck the tailbone, push the hands into the floor. Okay, sink down to the floor, thighs, hips, belly, chest. Adjust your hands so your wrists are comfortable and push through the floor, aiming to keep the thighs and hips into the floor. You want to look up and get a nice stretch through that lower back. Deep breath in, come back down. Deep breath in, exhale, push through the floor. Okay, coming back up. I'm going to start working on our hips. Okay, so from here, my left hand is going to come, my left foot is going to come to my left hand, and I'm going to push my hips forward. My right hand is going to stay on the floor. My left hand might just push that left hip out. Opening up my hips, my hip flexor, and my adductors on that left leg. Push a bit further if you can, pushing that knee out and pushing the hips forward. From here, keep that left leg forward, but sink the weight back into the heels. Feel a nice stretch down the hamstring. Lean forward into it. For 3, 2, 1, and let's change legs. So my right leg is forward. Push the hips forward. Left hand stays on the floor. Right hand push the knee out. Nice long deep breaths, keep relaxing. Push a little more. Send your weight back to sit down, to open up that hamstring. Lean forward into it if you can. 3, 2, 1. And we are going to come and to sit on the floor. Soles of your feet together. I'm going to have your heels as close to your body as possible. Back straight. Okay, so none of this rounded. Now it's time to straighten up your back and drop your knees down towards the floor. We're going to hold this for 8, 6, 4, 2, and 1. Bring your feet just outside your hips. You're going to sink both knees to the floor on one side. So have your hands behind you, drop both knees down to the floor, and drop both knees down on the other side. So have your feet like this, just outside your hips, and both knees are going to drop down. There you go. So here you're working through internal and external rotation of the hips. So we're going to do 4 more on each side. Can you count? So 3 more each side. 2 more. 2. A little bit slower. 3. 4. And 4. There we go. Lovely. We're going to come back up onto our knees now.
Ooh, you're doing it again.
And then our hands are going to, our fingertips are going to face us, okay? So our wrists are facing out and our fingertips are facing us. Then we just want to sink our weight back as far as what feels comfortable. So you might want to bring your knees further towards your hands so you can sit back. And the whole point of this is to really open up your forearms. Open up. There's a lot of tension here. Nice. Can you feel it pulling up here? So your wrists, I'm someone who does struggle with my wrists. So in certain movements, the wrist can hurt. So this is a nice one to open up.
I'm copying mine.
Okay, release out of that. Okay, I want you to stand up.
Ow!
What we're going to do, we're going to do a forward fold. So our hands touch the floor. We're going to drop down, touch our hands on the floor, and then we're going to roll up through the spine. So we start with the low back, mid back, upper back, and stretch the arms up. And we're going to go again. Drop down, and roll up the spine. And
That's the spine.
stretch up. Your spine is your back. And down to the floor.
Ow.
And roll. And stretch. Last one, drop down. That feel nice?
Ow. Oh.
And up. From here, I want you to come down to the bottom of your squat. Now that is going to look different for different people.
Oh. I can do it.
I like to go quite wide if I'm going to be sitting in the bottom of a squat. Poppy, we're doing this one.
Wait.
We're coming down to the bottom of our squat, however that might look for you.
Oh, I can't hold it.
Try and rest. Drop right down, bum right down. There we go.
Oh.
Now I want you to put your elbows in the inside of your knees, put your hands together and push out. Squatting is such a popular and common exercise, you see.
Ooh, it hurts
And
a
squat
little bit.
depth is something we all need to work on. So the more you can sit in the bottom of your squat and open up your hips and knees and ankles, the better. We're gonna hold this for 8, 6, 4, 2. Okay, release out, hands to floor. Walk the feet in. Straighten the legs as much as possible and see how long we can hold this. Try and flatten out the spine. Nice deep breath in. We're going to roll up the spine.
Oh,
So
so
stand. And there we have it. That's the end of our first Mobility Monday with a little guest appearance there. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that. You can do that as many times throughout the week as possible. It's really good to get loose, to get your body moving. I hope you enjoyed that and I'll see you all soon.